the rise of like mental illness, diagnosis. Jesus fucking Christ. Diagnostics. That's what I'm looking for right there. Yeah. With the rise of mental illness cases, it's like it's good in that obviously people are getting the help they need, and maybe there's some connection where it's like if you are I don't know, looking at the computer too long and then you get it or something like that. But I think that the main thing is like just that when it's diagnosed, it's like getting properly taken care of. And even something that maybe looks outlandish, right? Like take a scoliosis or whatever the fucking spine thing is that has you have to wear the head gear and all that shit. If you had to wear that, you didn't, the problem would just get worse, and then you die eventually from it, or complications caused by it indirectly. The point of like whatever it is, mental, physical, whatever, it needs to be addressed borderline immediately, because then the consequences and the pickup, that buildup of momentum, of negative force, right? Ignoring it, just continue, and it'll just make the problem ultimately worse than just addressing it. So I think like when a kid's challenged, right? You should wait until it's clear. But when it is clear, like you can't really fight it. And I think that the main thing is like normality is a base medium between all people. I mean, there are people I would consider that are normal and don't really have anything going on, no negative problems, no positive things either, just kind of exist, you know, living their lives, doing stuff. But for most people otherwise, it's like there's always something wrong, something good, something bad. You could be a fucking billionaire, a billionaire's son, or I don't know, a homeless guy. I'm trying to go for polar opposites here, but like the point is, right, even if it's not like some kind of mental illness or physical a barrier blocking you from daily interactions, there might be some other thing that changes the way those interactions transpire, right? So like, it's just the notion is that if you have something that's different, you need to address the difference, understand where it is in point in relation to normality, but also understand it doesn't have to be normal, right? I don't think the way I think and act sometimes is normal, but I'm not like in need of help in any capacity, especially not in comparison to someone like my sister who has a mental disability, who has a supreme layer of barriers that even if she worked on for my longevity of my life, her life combined, like if it was another 40 years, right, it wouldn't give back the time, right? If it takes her 40 years to get to where I am now, that's okay. That's completely fine. But like, it's not gonna buy back the 20-year difference, you know? Yeah, I think the thing is that also in references, like when you don't address it, you're kind of stagnant until you do at a certain stage in your life. You don't realize it until that stage happens, or you like predictively know, like either from some template of, okay, you have this association with your problems, you've, like, I guess it's kind of like how therapy kind of deals with rounding out the edges, or like an inner core. There's no real in between. I mean, you can just kind of like have a medium therapy session, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, like, if you have a problem, whatever it may be, right? You're fat, you're too skinny, you can't do math, whatever the fuck it may be, right? There is a solution. But the longer you go without that solution, is the longer the issue prevails in its consequences, and will ultimately be worse, if not concurrently getting worse. Yeah. And you know what made me think of this? Is me putting on the leash on Belle, and thinking of that fucking kid from, Despicable Me, the first one where he steals the fucking pyramid. That's the opener, Or it's this fucking Alabama family or whatever the fuck. This playing in the background, so you know, Alabama. And like, then he hops out of the fucking car like a goddamn dog, and his mom has to have him on the fucking leash and body. I don't know what you call that. A body collar, bodysuit, body something, whatever the fuck she has, right? You know, and it's just like, okay, it's not normal, but like, what if he's a fucking bad kid and you know he otherwise would get himself hurt? Oh shit! I don't think I was open beforehand. I'm really pretty sure that fell or got crushed by something. Oh yeah, that was like recent. It looks like it could have grown the other size, whatever. But like, you know, the problem is that he's fucking running around where he shouldn't, right? Yeah, that's how they find out, because he jumps on the fucking pyramid. He's running around where he shouldn't, and then, you know, the simple solution is just, hey, get him on a leash, you know? And like, yeah, obviously it's not the long-term solution. You gotta teach him, hey, don't run off, you know? That's simple, but if it takes time, if it takes a fucking leash, then it takes a fucking leash, it takes time, you know? It's like that build-up is put on pause because of the leash until, you know, he's let go and he fucking tries to suplex him like a pyramid. That's what fucking made me think of that. That's like also different. I mean, yeah, obviously someone else will be able to think about it in some different way, but I would say this is probably not normal as like a thought reference. You just think of the reference like, I remember that movie, then move on. It's not like this whole fucking alchemation of ideas that cultivate into one new one, but has to go through several layers of what's pre-existing. It's like so many different variations now. I think it's like that could be one day, and it could just be like, that's a neat reference the other day. It's like there's no clear consistency. You know what I'm saying? She knows what I'm saying. Except for the energy input, right? There's a lot of energy associations, right? After you work out, after you eat, you don't want to work out, but you have the energy to. It's like you could lift weights and shit like that. You don't want to move your body that much, like cardio-wise, because, and you're shifting all that extra weight that isn't really part of your weight anymore, you know? It's just like a different thing. But, you know, it's like, it could be good for you to try doing that. Like I did it with her, running off with her after I just ate. I don't really get sick. Like, I've only thrown up probably literally a handful of times, 5 times in my lifetime, you know? I don't know what's normal, but, you know, I think that's on the lower end, and I don't really have any major sicknesses except for a few instances, very few instances. Also, probably less than a handful, you know? It's like, it's different associations with what is normal, different variations of things, but it's not really like anything is one particular feeling. It just is. And when you dress it as just is, that's alright, you know? It can be just is. I think I've been going on longer than I need to with this. 8 minutes. Alright, now it's good enough for a YouTube video. Maybe I should post it. See what happens. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, what I've discussed isn't too bad. I don't think I made any bad references. I'll post it right now, I think. I don't know. Maybe.